Alright, folks. So we got some real dingleberries and hot sauce here. Was going to try to play Time Stalkers today, but that didn't work out for various reasons. My capture boxes, when it comes to capturing old school stuff, I've been very hesitant to buy equipment for this. Everybody's like, oh, get the Elgato, HD 60, get this, get that, blah, 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 blah. But, the truth of the matter is that when you're dealing with antiquated standards and antiquated equipment, and that's what this is. I mean, anything really over 20 years old is definitely to be considered antiquated. You have a great deal of difficulty getting it recorded in a quality fashion. And I know people do it, and most people use emulators these days, and I tried that route too to get this whole thing. There's what is it, DC Emul or whatever is one of the more popular Dreamcast emulators. I tried RetroArch. The other one is the other big one. I gotta copy and paste some information because I gotta get a tweet going here. But one of the other big ones is, and I want to say it right, it's Med something. Mednafin. And I'm sure it would work, but I can't use Mednafin because I'm in Windows, and it's a fucking command line program. So they decided not to create a graphical user interface for it, so I have to type in a bunch of crap in order to make it work. And that's fine, but it's like I download stuff, and I don't want to spend hours and hours organizing all this crap just so Mednafin can, be used easily. And I'm sure it would solve all of my problems, and you're just hearing an old man complaining. But, that's what we do. We yell at clouds. But that's what's going on with that. So yeah, I wanted to play Ys 4 Dawn of Ys for the PC Engine. There is a fully translated and English voice acted version of the game, and I have the ROM on my computer, and I can't get it to work with any of the emulators. It does not recognize it as a PC Engine or TurboGrafx 16 CD game at all. Just says it's invalid. So it's like everything I tried to do with that has just been an unpleasant experience, and I don't have a lot of time as it is. Like, aside from sleeping and working and doing these streams, I don't have time to play around with things to make it work. I don't have hours and hours and days to try to force this stuff to capitulate to my will. And that's mainly what it is. It's not that I lack the technical expertise or anything like that, although there is a severe lack of basic tutorials on how to get this stuff set up. And there's forums and stuff, but it's like, once again, it's a dumpster dive. You're pulling through bags and you don't know what you're going to find in there. You could find usable, recyclable electronics, or you could find, bags full of loaded diapers, and you just never know what you're going to get. And even the search functions are a tad lacking. I've tried MAME, I've tried a few others. It's just rough. So instead of spending another 20 minutes complaining about this and otherwise not streaming video games, I'm going to go ahead and play Shining in the Darkness, which is a Sega Genesis classic. This game is an absolute unit. And, I was already into Final Fantasy before this, but this was my first 3D dungeon crawler. My friend Brian had it on. He had the Sega Genesis, and I had the Super NES. And so he got Shining in the Darkness and Mickey's Castle of Illusion and a couple other games for the Genesis. And I would go over to his house and play that, and then he would come over to mine and play the Super NES, and we'd have a good time mostly. At that time I didn't fully appreciate the Genesis and what it had to offer, but I did like me some Shining in the Darkness. And it's a very fascinating game. And it was originally a Climax Entertainment game. Amusingly, the tag Climax apparently offends Twitch's sensibilities, which is hilarious. But yeah. But yeah, just this whole experience. I want to play Dear Langrisser for PCFX. I want to do I want to do the Ys 4, and I want to do all of this stuff without having to have really give a showcase to that piece, and I just can't. And it's something that I want to be able to run on my own, and I just can't do it. So, anywho, got to work two machines here because one has the emulator and the other one doesn't. We're going to be using Kiga, which is a general-purpose Sega emulator. As you can see here, it says load Master System ROM, Game Gear, load Genesis 32X ROM, and Sega CD image, or boot Sega CD. I have never successfully gotten the Sega CD emulator to work. And I'm going to hush up just a little bit here because Shining in the Darkness is an unusual experience. It is a truly singular experience of a game. And it doesn't have a traditional start screen. It literally shows the Sega logo and then goes to an old wizard telling a story. So, let me do a hard reset so we can see it from the jump. Or, we could just lock up the emulator. There we go. Alright, let me take a brief moment here to tweet out the existence of this stream, and then we will get rolling. Hey, Alex. Get ready to do something a little different here today. Wasn't planning on playing Shining in the Darkness, but that's what we ended up with. I know I've mentioned it like a million times on stream before, and as far as I know, this is the earliest. This is like the first game that Climax Entertainment was involved in, and they worked almost exclusively with Sega for many, many years. And they worked under a couple of different names. They worked under Climax Entertainment. They worked under Sonic Software Planning. they also paired up with Camelot, which is why there's a lot of similarities in game series that they were involved with. There's, like, for example, Camelot, of course, brought us the Golden Sun series, and before that, Beyond the Beyond for the PlayStation, and they all have a very similar visual style. But this was the first game. As far as I know, this was the first game. Alright, get that tweet out there. Since it seems to be working so well, I'm going to continue playing with my Super NES knockoff controller here. Now, I do physically own this game, so nobody have a conniption fit. Oh, Jesus. Good times. Alright, what can I do for you? I'd like to start. Could it be that you're here to seek adventure? Well then, which record would you like to use for your exploits? And I will be reading the pertinent pieces of dialogue, especially during important cutscenes, so keep that in mind. Do you mind if I ask your name? Ask away, I may not tell you though. Look at that. The perfect number of spaces. And we're gonna go extraordinarily fast. Ah, I knew it! Haha! I was expecting you. Oh, were you now? There's something terrible going on in the kingdom of Thornwood. Something that I fear could plunge our world into eternal darkness. With your help, Micaiah, this can be prevented. It's all up to you. From this point on, Micaiah, you are the son of Mortred, and a knight of the kingdom of Thornwood. No, Camelot was not Sonic Software Planning. Apparently Climax Entertainment was. It's complicated because they had so many crossovers between personnel. I did some digging on this because I was looking up the history of Climax Entertainment, specifically for this stream, and oddly enough, Climax and Sonic Software Planning were the same company, and then Camelot was their own thing, and they've sometimes teamed up. But Camelot has always been its own thing. And that's a lot of confusion because when Working Designs brought Shining Wisdom to the US for the Sega Saturn, they took a lot of shots at Camelot. If you look throughout the game, there are many Easter eggs, specifically in Beyond the Beyond, or in Shining Wisdom. Like you pull a book in the library and it says something about traveling beyond the beyond, but alas, nothing was found, or something like that. Just a lot of interesting rivalry. And that's why the spiritual sequel to this game, Shining the Holy Ark, is explicitly made by Sonic Software Planning. But Shining Force, after Shining Force 2, I think, is made by either made by Climate. It's weird. It changed hands. Sega made it exclusively. So after that, they were just in total control. But Sega commissioned it, So that's why Shining Force belongs exclusively to Sega. The explicitly, now here's where it gets interesting, the explicitly Climax Entertainment games, which we would have covered if we had been able to do Time Stalkers. I'm still hoping I can do it in the future. But Time Stalkers covers Landstalker, Lady Stalker, Shining in the Darkness, and a couple other games I can't think of off the top of my head. It does not include Dark Savior, though, which I thought was somewhat fascinating. My liege, this is the one I spoke of. Ah, Mordred's son and one of my finest knights. Micaiah, isn't it? A fine name it is, a fine name indeed. Majesty, this lad wishes to join the search for the princess. This was your idea, wasn't it, Theos? Yes, Majesty, as you know, Micaiah's father was with the princess, and he's been missing along with her. Micaiah feels that finding the princess will lead him to his father. Thus, he came to me and offered his services. The princess is believed to be somewhere in this realm. I only pray that she is safe. Tristan, what say you? With your permission, my liege. Of all my knights, this lad is the youngest, but he is second only to his father when it comes to swordplay. I see. Well, if Tristan vouches for you, there is no room for doubt. Micaiah, bring back my daughter. I'm sure she is somewhere in the realm waiting to be rescued. Take this gold, Micaiah. Equip yourself and then return here. Micaiah receives 200 gold pieces. Neat. We'll talk when you return. You may take your leave now. Alright, first things first. Off to the village. Now, we actually have weapons and armor already, but we're going to do a couple of things just for funsies so we can show the interface just a little bit. Of course, you maneuver around town. It's on a circular band, a wheel, if you will, and you can move all the way around the town if you wish. It's kind of clunky in the animation, but it gets there. Of course, we do saving at the shrine. So, of course, we bring up the menu and enter. Wise are they who walk the path of the ancients, for should they be waiting, my services are theirs for the asking. You seem to be fine in both body and spirit. Micaiah needs 12 more experience points to reach the next level. Would you like to record your adventure? Sure. We'll do a safety save, just so we don't have to do all that over again. I'm going to be unusually chipper for the first part of this. When we start doing the dungeon crawling, that's when I'm going to be really pissed off all the time. So, just so you know. There, that's done. Also, my voice acting will probably slip a bit. You wish to continue your adventure? Affirmative. Stop by whenever you need my help. Of course, we have to complete a couple of events before we get our additional party members to make things a tiny bit easier. Pyra and Milo are our partners in crime. Both of them are magic users. Although Milo, I believe, has heavier weapons than the hero, who is known as Arthur, generically, if you don't name him. And when we finally do get to play Time Stalkers, you'll actually meet Arthur, which is kind of funny, and he's kind of a dork. Alright, so we're going to head into the weapons shop. Actually, no, we're going to leave the weapons shop. And we're going to go straight to the armorer, because this is the actual area of greater difficulty. Well, I only have $200. Yeah, I don't have 3,200. Let's take a look at something here. I have the woven robe already. So I think our best bet is actually going to be to go to the weapons shop and buy best weapon. Although, you know what? Let's take a quick gander at the guide here and see what it says. Well, of all the games that could really benefit from having somebody draw some maps, this would be it. It's not super hard. Like, you can actually figure it out pretty well. But we're going to spend a lot of time grinding. Because you can't go more than 6 steps into this dungeon without getting your world rocked. Interesting. So we're gonna spend 200 on a short sword. I'm gonna try to move this along on a pretty good clip. Alright. Oh, we're done. Thanks for dropping by. Alright, now we got our short sword equipped so we can actually do some damage. Very important. And we'll stop in the tavern just for a little bit of story banter. Old Vic. Har har, that's a good one. What? Just a sec. Hiya, Micaiah. Sorry to hear about your father. It's a bit loud. The princess should have been safe with your father protecting her. In fact, there's some who blame him for what's happened. If it isn't Micaiah, sorry to hear about your father. I hope he's alright. There are some who speak ill of your father, but don't let it bother you. Just keep in mind that we're behind you all the way. Should you need lodgings, just ring the bell on the counter. And of course, that's how we do our rest at the inn thing. There is literally a bell at the counter. Uh-oh. Virtually all of these characters have some involvement in the game in some way, shape, or form. Like, as you're going through the dungeons, a lot of times you will have to find them and rescue them. The sun of Mortar in my eye! Don't make me laugh! What you looking at? Come here and I'll show you who's boss around here! Don't mind him. I've never heard a pleasant word pass his lips. Also, in order to trigger certain events, you do have to talk to all of these people on a regular basis. So every time you accomplish something like find your first treasure chest, or open your first unlocked door, or beat a boss, or something like that, every time you do something, you better come back, because you may miss important stuff. And again, you don't want to try to beat the first boss. I'm trying to remember exactly here. Labyrinth level 1. This is actually pretty straightforward. This guide is actually pretty good. I like this. But as you can see, this game also has a very similar art style because, again, once again, there's a lot of crossover between them. And In fact, if I'm not mistaken, the soundtrack to this game was also done by Motoi Sakuraba. To add further confusion to the whole thing, you know, about the relationships. You know, these companies were basically, in a manner of speaking, they inherited all the best people from Wolf Team when Telenet basically broke up in the early 90s. And worked with a lot of the same people and or were founded by a lot of the same people. It's very interesting. He's not been himself lately. Alright, so for the moment, that's it for the tavern. And that's it for the shops, so now we need to go into the dungeon. And we need to work our way up to level 3. Am I missing a detail here? No, left is working. Oh, that's right. I have to get permission to enter the labyrinth, so I have to go back to the king. I forgot that he explicitly said that. Because we're going to get a cutscene right now with a certain bad guy that I think we've all come to know. I've been waiting for you. Minister, provide him with all the details. Yes, Majesty. Listen well to my words, Micaiah. First things first, you must find the whereabouts of the princess. It is said she was last seen in the vicinity of the labyrinth, but we haven't a clue as to whether she is in the labyrinth or not. Oh! I think we're about to get confirmation, folks. Greetings, King Drake. Who are you? Excuse my somewhat sudden appearance. My name is Dark Sword, and I've come to rule your realm. King Drake, you seem worried about the lovely Princess Jessa. Well, worry no more, because I've got her safely tucked away. Fiend of fiends! Whoa, Lord Tristan, another move like that could be your last. Now, back to business. I want you out of here, Drake. You must be joking! Speak when you're spoken to, Byron. All I ask for is this kingdom. In return, you can have Jessa back. Now excuse me, I'll be back when you're ready to leave. By the blood of the ancients, Jessa held captive by that animal! Go, Micaiah! Find the princess, we're depending on you. By order of the king, Sir Micaiah may henceforth enter the labyrinth. Alright, now we can go build up to level 3. Woo! Let's go do this. And, just like Phantasy Star, at least the original, we have a approximately 3D dungeon. Now, the enemies can attack you on any turn. Like, even if I just sit here and rotate, boom, they pop up. Each turn, as well as each step, is considered a movement. So we're going to be hauling ass through these attacks here. The attack misses! Oh, he landed one. stands victorious. Woohoo! It does have auto-targeting, which is good, but it doesn't have auto-targeting between groups. So if the enemies appear in multiple groups, then you're kind of in trouble. Later on, they do start to appear in multiple groups. Like, it starts getting kind of crowded in here when you start fighting groups of like 5 and 7. I think that's the limit. It's like 6 or 7. And unfortunately, until you get Pyra's spell to actually view the pre-existing map of the dungeon, the only way that you can see the map of the dungeon, where you've already been and where you need to go, is using wisdom seeds. Alright. And we need 12 experience total in order to go up a level, but we're getting spanked, so we're gonna get out of here for a minute. Rest up at the inn, and then get right back to it. Like I said, we gotta get to level 3 before we try to proceed, otherwise we're gonna get our asses kicked. Some friends of yours were here looking for you a while ago. If you're smart, you'll avoid those two. They're nothing but trouble. That'll be 10 gold pieces. I think I can manage that. In theory, if we get to level 3, we should also be able to get the gauntlet, which is what the guide recommends we get next. And that will also make things a little easier, so... I do also know that there's a chest down this way that has a free herb in it, so we're gonna go get that. It's also a good idea to remember landmarks and such. Now, don't panic. If we die, we are teleported back to the shrine. So it's not the end of the game permanently. But it will cost us. Level 2. There is also a search feature. Sometimes you can find stuff, but a dead end is oftentimes just a dead end. At least there's a little bit of animation, and it's not just this text driving the whole thing. I've been caught by surprise. Oh, one ran off. Uh-oh. See what I mean by grouping? Well, we may be sent back to the shrine sooner than we thought. I am dead! So we do keep this stuff that we've gathered. As well as our money, if I'm not mistaken. I think I did lose some gold for dying though. Double checking to make sure nothing has changed since I... Alright, back to work. An amusing factoid, I have never actually beaten this game. I have seen it done. It is quite difficult. One of the big problems is limited inventory. Well, this is gonna get rough. Spent a lot of time dead in this game. How much gold did I lose this time? I think you can actually go into debt. As you can see, it takes quite a bit of doing on this game. This is not a novice RPG. there is something interesting to fight. Alright, back to the end. We're gonna be doing this a lot. Let's stop by the shrine real quick and see how far we are away from level. Two! Ha! One more battle would have done it. Oh well. Sure, we'll record it. Oh no. But yeah, limited inventory space is going to come for us soon, and then it's going to be a problem because we're going to find something super important and then not have space to carry it. If we're not savvy with our equipment management. And that's why I don't hold on to weapons and things indefinitely. It's interesting though because nothing that you sell is ever truly gone. It goes into like the bargains area, so that way if you sell something by mistake, you can actually buy it back. I mean, if it's different from the items that they normally carry. Need to go to the armorer. If it's armor you want, you've come to the right place. I wonder, is the gauntlet in the weapon shop? Sell anything. Gauntlet. So we need 120 to get the gauntlet. If I hadn't been dying, we'd have been doing pretty well here. Obviously, we want to get up to the bronze gear as quickly as possible. I actually did a playthrough of this game. I did a playthrough of this game. The last time I played this game was actually on the console, and I ground my way up to bronze everything before I even cleared the first floor, and it made things a breeze. Obviously, it's not practical to try to do something crazy like that on stream, but, you know, I am one of those people who just, like, grinds the first area to death so that, like, I have, like, godlike proportions, and I'm unable to, you know, so the enemy are unable to defeat me. Alright. Yeah, it was pretty hilarious. I stayed there. I must have stayed there for... I must have worked on it for like a couple of days doing that before I even got Pyra and Milo and all that stuff. I was just killing those monkeys. this time they attacked in a weirdly clustered party. But what we want to do to make exploring the dungeon a little bit easier is we want to reduce the damage that we take and also be able to buy some herbs. This is going to take some effort. Now, being at level 3, I do get first attack option on most of these early monsters. Oops, I forgot to... I didn't actually look at the thing I wanted to see. 64. We'll stay in this general vicinity right here. We're getting there. We are getting there. Oh no, I'm banging my head against the wall. There they are. I caught him by surprise, walking backwards. Haha! Must have stepped on him. Poor slimes. There's a very high probability that by the time I'm done grinding for weapons and stuff, that I will be level 4 or 5. 88. What's my status here? 20? We're still doing alright. I want to try to do as much damage as possible before going back, because obviously we don't want to waste gold constantly healing. As you can see, building up gold is about as fast as it is in Golden Sun, which is to say not very fast at all. Late game, you hit the shop and you're just like, Alright, let's go back to the inn. I think as we progress in level and through the dungeon, that the price of the inn will go up. One more point. I do. Gained 9 hit points there. That's pretty impressive. We're getting close. Get that gauntlet, and then it's going to make our lives a hell of a lot easier. Stands victorious. I think people don't realize when playing these older games like this is that, yeah, it doesn't seem like much, but there's an invisible multiplier in the background. So these numbers, even slight increases, have a significant impact. And that's why the weapons and armors and things are so costly, because they actually have exceptional value. Like when you get something that has a 2-point increase, you take it. There's no such thing as an insignificant increase in these games. I did a Game Genie code on, you know, like I said, on Camelot's variant of this style of game, Beyond the Beyond, and maxed out character levels. So I went all the way to level 99, promoted the characters, and then went all the way to level 99 again. And I don't believe any character had over 250 hit points. And your final boss has 4,000 hit points, and you're doing maybe a couple of hundred hit points worth of damage per round at max level. I think this game also has a level 50 level cap as well. I don't believe you can go above that. I could be mistaken. But if you can, it's very, very, very difficult. And you don't get much in the way of stat bonuses after level 60. Yeah, maybe you can go up to level 99. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. It's kind of interesting because you have to cycle through everything in order to equip it. Of course, we don't have a magic user at the moment, so we're not gonna try to. We do need to get a little more gold, though, unfortunately, because I need to rest up before we save. I only had 125, and I'll of course need 10. 10 gold. I only have 5 left, and I need 10 gold in order to rest at the end. So at least one more battle. Possibly 2. One more. Now, of course, our first objective is to find a couple of treasure boxes. One has an herb in it, and the other one has 50 gold. Let's step out of here real quick. I think there are some minor areas that are devoid of enemies as well, like that, like those first few steps into the labyrinth. I don't think there's any enemies in there at all. But yeah, as you go deeper in, the inn gets more expensive, because I guess in order to heal you, they gotta turn down those sheets a little harder. Three more experience points to go to the next level. Alright. So we're gonna be dicking around in the, southwestern corner for a while. Alright. Back to the grind. This early stage is very tedious because, like, I can't even guarantee that I'll hit certain bosses or certain milestones on any given episode. Like, even in 3 hours, it's hard to tell. So we're gonna hang around in this area down here. We're gonna just beat the hell out of monsters and try to get gold, because the next thing we want to get we want a leather helmet and an angel feather so we can escape the labyrinth more easily. But our survivability has gone up considerably, so... I know one of the herbs is down here somewhere. Look at the map real quick here. They got a little ASCII map here. See if somebody has an actual physical map. Aha! Got it. I got a free herb. Uh-oh. Cave Slug decided to run because he's a coward. Can you imagine a slug trying to run? What does he get up on a little proboscis and beat feet out of there? Proboscis. I feel like I should have said that in strong bad voice. Proboscis. Opened the chest and found an herb. Dark jellies are no bueno. I'll try to get rid of the pitworm first. At least he'll die with one hit. Slightly more menacing, but not as much now that I'm level 4. Alright, I believe this is a dead end, so we're gonna go back here. We're gonna go this way this time, and I believe there's another herb that's reachable here. Yay, 50 bucks. This will help us on our quest for the leather helmet. And then, towards the end of this corridor, we should find another herb. What else is in range that we can actually get to? Something that's sellable. As you can see, things are getting quite a bit easier now. We should be going up to level 5 pretty quick here. Am I on level 5 and I just don't... No, it says level 4 right there. I've got enough herbs, I can feel a little bit emboldened. I mean, as I showed you, stuff is quite expensive in this game. But we do want to fight more varied enemies, otherwise this grind for gold is going to be intolerable. So if we go down to the end of this corridor and turn left, we should be en route to our third herb. Oh, there's level 5. feel like we're doing pretty good. I feel like we're doing pretty solid here. Now that I've stopped dying. Open. Discovery tab. Alright, so now we're gonna go... Oh, I'm caught by surprise. Cat, dang it. And that's also a dead end. We're gonna work our way back here. How we doing here on gold? 139, that's not too bad. Plus we got some sellable items here, so that's important too. I'm going this way. Yes. I'm reading the map upside down, so... Alright. Actually, a pretty damn good map. For water puddles. There we go. I gotta remember my landmarks, otherwise you can get lost permanently in this place. Just get all turned around and then be screwed. And that's why you take the wing. Maybe I will play Shining the Holy Ark. Let's see if I can get through this one. Let's see here. know I'm trying to get out of here, is what's happening. Yep, this is it. Yay, we made it back. Anything else worth selling? Nope. Alright, let's buy that leather helmet. Oh, just short. Well, that's still our next objective, so... I'm not going to sell the herbs because I'm not dumb. Alright, we're going to do a quick safety save here. $45 more experience points to go to the next level. Anytime I'm over leveled beyond the guide, I'm tickled pink because, you know, I prefer to be massively overpowered and breeze through the game. Then constantly die in anguish. But we're mainly after gold, so... We're just gonna stay in this long corridor and go back and forth. Surprise, motherfuckers! $271. Alright. 29 more to go. Well, 39 for safety, because just in case, you know. At this point, I'm not really taking much damage, but, you know, it's better safe than sorry, right? starting to run away now because my agility, the danger factor is getting too high for the enemy now. Plus my agility is high enough that they're missing constantly. Rate I'm going, I may just stay here until I get level 6. I wasn't that far away from it. No, maybe not. Boy, these oozes just don't give up, do they? It's interesting because sometimes, like, the triggering event for certain things is buying an item or... But yeah, we're tearing them up now. And with this... Aha! Something to keep in mind for the future. I mean, I do want it, but I don't have 1850. But you see, they're starting to offer us deals and such, you know. Alright, first of all, let's equip all of our new gear. Make sure we got everything equipped. Yeah, very limited inventory space, so the sooner I can get Pyra and Milo, the better. And of course, Pyra is a main character in Time Stalkers. Or I should say playable character. Sword is the only main character. Each one of them has their own mini story arc, but it really is about Sword, so... 13 more points to get to the next level. Would you like me to record your adventure? You betcha. Alright, what does the guide recommend next? Alright, get the leather helmet, rest, and save. Buy an angel feather. How much is that going to cost me? The thing is, I don't have the money for an angel feather. I'd probably be better on pace. Like, leveling I'm doing good, but in terms of money, I'm off pace because of the fact that I died twice, being the dumbass that I am. You lose at least 20 gold for the revive. And of course that price goes up as you advance in levels. I think the alchemist has it, maybe? Herb. Yeah, I need 20 more. That's okay, that's not a big deal. Could be worse. Alright, let's back into the labyrinth, get the angel wing, because I think we're gonna need it in order to trigger the event that we need next. Alright, so our next goal, before we try to take on the Kaiser Crab, is going to be to try to get up to level 8 and get 650 gold because we want the bronze saber and the fur robe. So this is going to be interesting because we're going to be heading up to the north. We're going to be heading up to the northwest side of the dungeon next. So we're real close to level 6, which actually puts us well on pace towards our leveling goals. We're doing good. I think we're doing good. So we're getting pretty close to putting the band together here, so. Oops. I'm in the wrong part of the labyrinth, because that's a locked door. Yeah, I don't need it. I hate throwing a freebie like that, but, you know, what are you gonna do? I've got the gold, but as I said, I'm going to keep working for a minute longer. Cowards, just stand and face me! Alright, there's my level up. Alright, so now... now we can get our angel feather, and we have enough space in our inventory to do it. Let's be smart about this. It's funny that when my inventory pops up, she's like, "What?" Take it. Nope, we're good. And we will need that much later to build the magic sword, but for right now... it's okay. We'll be able to get it later because it will be in her deals section. As far as I know, I don't believe you can actually miss on these items. Alright, so now for the grind up to level 8. Actually, I should go back to town and save, because I forgot to do that. More to go to the next level. Woo! Yes, I would like you to record my adventure. I do. Alright. So, murder everything. That's our goal. So our goal now is about 650 gold at a level 8. And then we finally should be ready to face our first boss. I get turned around in dungeons very easily. Should be something called the Grim Wall. It's not here yet. Let's see here. Go this way. This way. This way. Past the water. That's so. Well, on the plus side, all these extra battles we're facing are making things interesting. Moving us inexorably towards our ultimate goal. Dead end, so that's also a dead end. There's a fountain up here. Alright, these will be significant later. surprised it took that long for an enemy to attack us. I mean, see, you'd think that, and this game is funny like that. No, the boss is in the middle of a completely innocuous corridor. Isn't that crazy? Alright, so we're level grinding right now in preparation for fighting the very first boss. Because that boss has a magical, not necessarily magical, but an item that we need to prove that we're on the right path. And then once we do that, then the king tells us, well, go build a party and get this whole thing rolling. And then that's when the game starts for realsies. So it's not much of a spoiler, per se. Alright, this should be money. Okay. Let's, go ahead and use one of our existing herbs. And now we can obtain the item in the chest. Fearsome enemies, but they die. Alright, this should be the money. 100 gold, that's what we need. Alright, well, we just need to stay in here for a while and... We need level 8 and about 650 gold according to the guide. Runs, you coward. Under no circumstances do we go down that corridor. I get turned around very easily in these isometric dungeons like this. In these 2.5D dungeons, we'll call them. So what I don't want to do is get my ass kicked by the boss. Now, the good news is we are moving along at a halfway decent clip. Well, we're getting there. They're doing very little damage against me, so my ability to hold out is quite substantial. Hopefully these guys are worth a little more. I really don't need the depoison right now. Oh yeah, that was nice. Now that was a pretty decent game right there. 21, 11 and 21. See, we want more battle. We want more killer bees because that'll get us a lot closer to where we want to be. Pardon the pun. An awesome blow. Lashes out. Some of the attack commands are actually kind of funny in these games, but yeah. Oh, now we're level 7. Hit points gained 8, IQ points gained 3, speed points 2, luck 2, attack points 3, and defense points 1. We're whooping their asses now. Alright, 320 more to go. Give or take. Ooh, yes, this is what we want. Killer bees all day. You know what's funny is I used to be kind of afraid of fighting enemies in my youth. I used to run away a lot. I don't know if it was impatience or what, but it's actually faster to go through them by slaughtering them than it is to try to run away constantly. Like, I've really kind of developed a blasé attitude about running into enemies and dungeon crawlers. Keep going. Crush them. Victorious, as opposed to sitting down victorious, I guess. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. This is what I like to see. Apparently I missed. He lashes out at me, but his attack missed. Points of damage and dies. Okay, I was afraid I wasn't going to have fun with this, but it's been so long since I played this game, and I'm just just falling right back into it. Like, yeah, there we go. Oh my god, the final battle is so hard. Like, there's one game that there's a Sega CD game that I've sworn I will never, under any circumstances, play on stream, and that is Vi. Because I would only be able to get to the final dungeon, and then I would just have to stop. It would be unplayable. The final battle takes about 2 to 3 hours. There's no way to speed it up, because between the CD access time being so poor, and the final battle being so obscenely difficult. And there's a level 50 level cap. So you get to max level, and you spend a couple rounds healing and reviving for every 1 round you get to attack. I've seen it done, basically. But in terms of actually being able to do it, I've never been able to complete the game. I own a copy of it. Working Designs games are quite valuable. And in all honesty, I hope I'll be able to complete this one on stream, because I really want to. We're making headway. I want to make sure I don't go below 20 hit points. If I do, I'll need to use an herb. Making really good time here. Well, everybody missed, except for that one guy. And he only did 1 point of damage, so... Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly like that. Alright, we're still alright here. Doing good on gold, and we still have herbs are not expensive. They're like 12 gold. So I had a bunch of free ones, and most of the stuff that you sell back to the shops, you sell at like 2/3 of its original value. So if you get rare drops throughout the game, it's worth it to keep at least a space in your inventory open at all times. Unfortunately, the one thing that this game lacks is a meter that says next. Specifically for experience, for like next level. You always have to kind of like guesstimate. Wait, I gotta use oh, I used the herb. Oh, there we go, this is what we want. But yeah, it's really quite annoying. Dark Soul is no pushover. Sega RPGs were notorious for being incredibly difficult. Like, Shining the Holy Ark is the same way, where the difficulty just goes in the final dungeon. It just goes But yeah, once we have the gear that the guide recommends, as well as level 8, we should be able to take on the crab pretty easily and get our party members. We're hauling ass here, though. I'm pretty pleased with our progress so far. Like I said, if I hadn't foolishly died twice, we'd probably be a little further along right now, but all things considered, yeah, we're playing Shining in the Darkness for the Sega Genesis mount. Welcome to the stream! Old school. Oh, we got our level 8. So now we just need to get 650 gold. That'll put us closer to level 9, so when we beat this boss, we may actually go up a level. This turned out to be a really good corridor. I'm kind of glad I parked my ass here. Yep, kids, this is what 1990 looked like. This was high cotton back in 1990. Tell you what. 626. Alright, we're getting there. We'll want to get 672. So that way we can stay at the end and replace our herb because we're going to need it. Also wanted to free up that spot in my inventory. Come on, man. Hey, don't run away from me. I need your money. I'm basically robbing these monsters of their lunch money out of the labyrinth here. Give me your lunch money. You don't have to tell anyone. See you tomorrow. It's like those PSAs from the 80s. About bullying. Because I mean, at this point, I'm just bullying these monsters. They have no power to stop me. And when I get those next couple of we're caught by surprise. So it says, shrouded in darkness. That's good enough. You know what? We'll make it an even 700 as our goal. Just so we have a little extra. It's okay, I've got one more herb in the wing anyway, so... Plus, I'm gonna need to replace the wing anyway. Yeah, I got the level earlier than I expected, so... I figured a little bit of extra money grinding would be the way to go here. This couldn't hurt, you know? One more battle and then we're gonna bounce out of the dungeon and get some better gear. And then I'll have some items to sell as well because I can sell my short sword and my armor, I believe. Objective accomplished. Items. Use. Angel feather. Back to town. And then, of course, the reason I needed more money was because I need to buy another angel feather, of course. Alright, so let's see. Quickly peruse the guide here and see what they recommend next. We're gonna be on floor 1 for a little while, so... Alright, so let's see here... Bronze saber and fur robe. That's the things we want next. $300. Yes, sir. Sell our short sword. See, they make these derpy faces when your inventory pops up. It's something that, like, I don't know if it's an ADHD thing, but every time something like this happens in the game, if I don't catch it the first time, the next, 25 times I don't notice it, and then all of a sudden one day I'm like, hey, he's making a funny face at me. But yeah, apparently... Alright, so we're gonna get 150 gold for that, so that's not too bad. For the moment, no. I don't want to sell anything else. Thanks for dropping by and come again. Item... Actually, we're gonna hold off and we're gonna go to the armorer now. And we're gonna pick up our fur robe. Straight for it. You betcha. Sell. See, now he doesn't necessarily make a funny face when you push him to the side. But yeah, it just kind of like boops in there. Right? Alright, so the thing we want to get rid of is the woven robe. So that leaves us with a pretty good amount of gold. No, I don't want to sell anything else, and I think we're done here. You might want to see. Ugh, can't afford the wood shield just yet, kids. Yeah, I don't have 3,500, bro. Not quite done here yet. I don't know why I did that. That was an accident. But now I know that simply pressing the B button will get me out of town. I don't actually have to go to the exit. Make sure we equip our gear here. Broad saber. For robe. And we're good. Got all of our new gear equipped. So we need one more herb and an angel feather. Stop at the alchemist. Buy one of those. Yes. Thankies. Nope, we're good. And then we'll stop off of here and ring the bell. Alright. Now I think we're now we gotta save real quick, and then I think we're ready for our first boss. 163 more experience points. Yes, sir, because we want to get our other characters in this episode. All right, let's see how we do. All right, back to the map. Well then. Yeah, okay, whatever, dude. You're dead. Let's see. The attack misses. What a surprise. Is that what we wanted to do? Want to go past the water. Unfortunately, we got to kind of take the long way around because in order to get to the next area, I'm starting to see the enemies that I want to see, so I think we're on the right path here. It's funny because looking at a top-down map, it's kind of tricky trying to. the... Ugh. Oh, I think I got myself lost. It's okay, I mean, I have an angel wing, so I can get back out of here and try again. It's not the end of the world. I think I found the spot that I want. If the landmark that is around the corner that I think is around the corner, then we're good. Okay. Now we got, yeah, here we go. Here's the big room. This way, then this way. Yep. Okay, I'm back on track. Nope, Noodles, don't try to jump on me right now. Just wait, kitty. Oh no, I'm poisoned! God damn it. I don't have any deep poison. God damn it. Yeah, 5 gold is fine. 78 more points to reach the next level. Yes, I would like to continue my adventure. Yes. That was frustrating. Alright, it's not the end of the world. But you guys have no idea how close I was to the boss. Alright, so no more goofing off. It's not expensive, it's just, it takes up another inventory spot, so of course... No, I think we're good. Alright, I don't believe I saved, so let's go ahead and do that. Yep. Alright, let's do this. We got time. Let's make it happen. Turn left. 1, 2. Turn right. 2. This way, go this way. Oh, the slimes are becoming more cowardly. Alright, I'm paying a little closer attention to which way I'm going this time. No! He lashes out at me. I must have said something nasty about his mother in a previous life. It's this way. Couple paces, then we go all the way down to the end of this corridor. We're gonna be wrecking them because we caught them by surprise. Oh, the attack missed. What a surprise. Now we're on a path. Uh-oh. Cross-eyed slime critters. Well, actually, they're more like... They're not necessarily looking at me. Think so? I'll have to think about that. big room. Doodles, come on, Bubba. It's funny because all of that grinding we did and we didn't get poisoned through any of that. We fought killer bees how many times? Paying attention. Alright, now we should take a right turn here. Yeah. Okay. So it's a good indicator that you're either on the right path or you're near a boss when you see torches on the wall. Little secret of this game. So the boss is at the junction of that corridor right there. So here we go. Get ready. Nimble fingers. That sucked. Really? What is this no damage bullshit? And he dies. Woohoo! Alright, first boss beat. I was getting a little nervous there because I kept missing. Alright, Doodles, alright. She's here on my lap getting pets. I don't have this overlay set up for cat camera. Otherwise, I'd show her off. Alright, we did good. We got the tiara. Let me get out of here. Now, apparently, we don't want to give away the tiara just yet. There's actually a thing there's a thing we're holding out for. I gave that to Jessa on her 12th birthday! Alright. Is the system resisting? I suspect that she's within the labyrinth. Alright. Now we need to talk to Melville. I fear the worst should the princess be held in the labyrinth proper. There's no way you can rescue her by yourself. Micaiah, I advise you to go and form a party for your search. It would be wise to choose only those you can trust. Oh, thank you so much. Every little bit helps, man. Alright, so we don't want to talk to Tristan because he takes the tiara from you. Alright, so let's get out of here and go to the town. Pyra's arguing. Okay, tell me, where is he? You've got your nerve showing your face around here. I'll show my pretty face wherever I please if Micaiah was here. So there you are, Micaiah. What's wrong? What are you staring at? What's wrong? He's just shocked to find a witch in my joint, right? Witch? Me? I'll have you know I'm from a fine line of magic users. Micaiah, Vic tells me you don't need my help. Do you? I knew it. What'd I tell you? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go. Pyra joins you. Listen, Micaiah, Milo and her are nothing but trouble. You're better off alone than teaming with them. You are fucking crazy, dude, if you think that going alone without them is better. Hey, hold on there. Who do you think you're, I can't see what the dialogue is. Stupid frame rate. Shoving around. I couldn't read the word because it was blocked by the stupid frame rate indicator. Whoa, watch where you're going, kid. You're the one who bumped into me. Come on, apologize. That's not the way to speak to your elders, girl. You're the one who bumped into me. You watch it. Now get out of here. You have your nerve. Who the heck are you anyway? You don't look like a local. Me? I'm Gila. I'm a mercenary hired to find the missing princess. I was looking for a good time, but I think I'll continue my search. I'll see you kids around. Do not fuck around with Pyra. He's in for a shock when he tries to run from the labyrinth's monsters. Now let's go find Milo. That's what Vic meant, that she's nothing but trouble. These little cutscenes are kind of the only time you ever see Pyra and Milo. Alright, let's go find Milo. He's over at the shrine. He looks like a real gem, doesn't he? like the one that the orphanage left behind. I know I'm going to get letters for that one. Your party seems fine. I need 294 more experience points to reach the next level. Pyra needs 14 more experience points to reach the next level. Would you like me to record your exploits? Sure. There, that's done. It's like, is Milo scratching his butt? Wait, Sir Micaiah. Please listen to what Milo has to say. I've been looking for you all over. I've been looking all over for you. Let's say that right. Pyra and I have been worried sick. If you're planning to go into the labyrinth, I'm going with you. Since Milo wishes to join you, I ask that his wish be granted. All right. Now, I do need to recover some health. Har har, that's a good one. What? Just a second. Micaiah, Milo, and Pyra have been helpless. You really scraped the bottom of the barrel for you this party, didn't you? Ah, we'll need the dwarf's key to open the bronze door on the labyrinth. Alright, so we got a little hint there. We're just double checking for any clues here. Okay, so remember that, giving him a key in order to do it, because apparently the Baron is undermining us a little bit here. See him again! Oh god, such optimists. Alright, let's back out of here now. Very quickly. I do still need to do a couple of things here. Let's see here. Actually, I need to give the Royal Tiara to Pyra. Alright. And that gives her a huge boost to the armor factor, as you can see there. Yep, I believe it is. Alright, let's see here. We should buy a short axe for Milo before heading back to the castle. Alright, let's see if I get enough money for that. First, let's see if we have anything to sell. Well, it looks like we got plenty for it. da, 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 da. That's something you might want. Yeah, I can't afford the Thorn Whip yet. $5,500. Woo! Right? Actually, I need to sell Milo's crappy little dagger there so that it frees up his inventory. Alright. Alright. Alright, so what we're going to do before we wrap up for the stream is we're going to grind Pyra and Milo up to level 3. Because they start at level 1. But before we do that, to recover my hit points, I didn't even check the cost for how many party members I have. Keep those sheets tight. We're just gonna be whipping through here. 4, 15, and 14. Alright, Melville told us to come back. Its true challenge is the upper levels known as Labyrinth proper. Only those deemed worthy by the ancients can enter the upper levels. To prove his worth, a knight must face the trials of the ancients. It is said that the way to the upper levels lies beyond an altar. Some have recently faced the trials, but none have returned. For the princess's sake, I pray that you are worthy enough. Trials: strength, wisdom, courage, and truth. How grim. So until we get better headgear for Pyro, we don't want to lose the tiara, basically. We're going to keep that. We're not going to talk to Tristan for a while, no matter what funny dialogue he might have. Alright, now the bronze door is really close. I believe our first, like I said, our first goal is to get to level 3. Then we'll worry about these. Then we'll worry about these trials. And because we have a bigger party, we're going to face more enemies, so... Alright, so Milo is our healer. And Pyra is our destroyer. Alright, we're not going to go too far here. Because we got some weak party members that we need to do something about. And Milo's dead. She learned Blaze, so now she can set shit on fire. As per her namesake. Fortunately, we gotta get the hell out of here because Milo's dead. That dumb ducky. See what I mean about this game? Having weird artificial difficulty. I don't know why I didn't just start them at like level 3 or 4 or something. Not much. That's not too bad. let's stay closer to the entrance and fight slimes. We've run into trouble. Unfortunately, because of her increase in hit points, she's gone into the yellow, into the caution zone. I think that happens when they're less than half the health. An awesome blow! know why we're getting attacked so much more often. It's because of the fact that we have a large party of clodhoppers bouncing around this dungeon, making all kinds of noise, waking up the dead. Alright. Vision, which I believe now that allows us to identify some items. Alright, let's bounce out of here. Alright, so it's 30 gold now. That's not too bad. Alright, we'll do a quick save, and I think that's it. Let's see here. $238 more for level, 41 and 21. There, that's done. Alright, until your next visit. And then we get a cute little shutdown sequence. Nice to see you again. If you're taking a break, I guess I'll turn in. And that's the only time you see the title screen. And it'll just sit like that forever. Alright, kids. So that's our first installment of Shining in the Darkness, and I can't believe how smoothly it went overall. I'm very pleased with that, and I was glad so many of you were able to show up and partake in the fun with us. Like I said, I did hope to have Time Stalkers rolling for us, but unfortunately that's going to be postponed until a later date. Although, honestly, I don't know how many episodes Shining in the Darkness is going to take. It really depends on how much we get bogged down in the later levels. And I may have to do some off-screen grinding because as things progress, as I said, the difficulty scale starts gradual and then goes berserk. So we'll have to look into that. But yeah, so that's it. Some changes for the weekend. I don't know if we're actually gonna, or next week I should say, I don't know if we're actually gonna do Blue Side because it is Halloween and I actually need to make a lot of money. So that's one of the reasons why I moved the stream down an hour earlier tonight, was so that I could get 3 hours in without staying up too late, basically. So we'll see about that. But Monday we may not have Blue Side City of Heroes, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have Red Side on Sunday. And of course we have Macross, and then over on my Trovo channel, which Uncolaman has found with alacrity, will be more Overwatch on Saturday. So that's our next stream, will be Saturday Overwatch. I will be on Trovo, Arias will be on Twitch, and you can come visit with us. I am Trovo.live. Actually, let me type it in here so that way everybody knows where we're going. Trovo.live. Same username, just Trovo.live. So come and visit us over there for some Overwatch FPS shenanigans on Saturday at 6 Pacific. So mark that on your calendar. Other than that, we'll see you Sunday for more Macross adventures. Until then, I'm your host, Matt Colliden. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, kids.